FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creative Leigh here on the 2nd of July 2023, Sunday, with FLOSSTUBE number 184. Welcome back to my weekly YouTube channel. I have a little bit of stitching to show you today, and then I'm going to do a mid-year WIP parade at the end. So ignore it if you want, leave early if you need to, but yeah, just gonna kind of put a stake in the ground of where we're at mid-year, give you some facts and figures and some very loose goals, a goal adjustment really, what I thought I was going to do at the beginning of the year and where we've got to with that. Yeah, so quick little what's been going on. Went to Kinky Boots on Thursday and it was fabulous. I always get the program because I like to look back at them and remember, but it was fabulous. It was really entertaining. Had such a good time. The lead who plays Lola, Simon, is just amazing. He's from Canada and a professional person who does theatre and has played this role in a lot of shows around the world, and they were just fabulous. And this program has some beautiful pictures, of none of which I can find as I flick through awkwardly on camera. But yeah, it has some beautiful professional photography of the cast and stuff all glammed up. There's Lola and her angels, and that was just amazing. It was just such a good show. Really enjoyed it. So if you ever get the opportunity to go and see it, I recommend Kinky Boots. It's just fun. And other than that, work, man. Work is work, right? Excuse me. I'm feeling, a million times better. Nemus with the old vid this week. Had a meeting with one of our business analysts on my project, and we sat chatting for about, I don't know, not that long maybe, but quite close, catching up on things. And then she messaged me later that evening and said, I'm so sorry, I've just tested positive, I started feeling ill. But I think at this stage we've all, those of us who are with her in the office, managed to avoid the old COVID. So still, don't know why I did that, brownies. I still haven't, touching wood, had the COVID, so yay me. Dad is doing all right. He's just getting on. He was quite thrilled. I talked to him yesterday and just reminded him, like he did know but he forgot, that there was more sport, a new sports channel available on TVNZ Plus. Our TVNZ's our main TV channel for people who aren't in New Zealand. We have like we only have a handful of actual TV channels. And they now had got the rights back to show a lot of sport, including a lot of cricket, from the retirement, the shutdown of Spark Sport, which had paid to have. Right. Anyway, he was very excited that he could potentially watch some of the Ashes cricket and stuff. So I talked him through how to find it on his TV app. So he's all good there, very excited. Caught up with a friend yesterday I hadn't seen since Christmas, my old flatmate, and he was in Lower Hutt yesterday doing some, he lives in Palmerston North. And so it was really nice to catch up with him, and we had coffee and pastries at Yanis Bakery, and then he said, I'll come with me while I do my things like getting a lamp shade recovered and other random stuff. So I just hung around with him for a few hours while he did some random stuff, which was kind of fun. And then so I'm probably going to see him in a couple of weeks, to be fair. I'll either probably catch up with them when I come back from visiting with Dad later in July, but we were like, we must do this more often. And God, my hair's frizzy. This is me, what it looks like when I just wash it and don't do anything with it. To be fair, I don't do anything with it most of the time, but it's very clean, so it's all fluffy and it's hot, and I don't know why I left it down because I'm really warm. What else has been going on? I'm just looking at my notes. I made notes. Can't read them, but you know, whatever. Okay. I've got a couple of little things to show that I bought. Nothing terribly exciting, but because I only have, you know, 50 odd things kitted up, once I pull out my starts for August and September, I might recall a few months ago I purchased some Michael Powell kits from Melissa. But they come with 14 count Aida, and while I'm okay stitching on Aida, I don't mind Aida. I mean, you know, especially because they are full coverage. But I don't want to stitch on 14 count. I wanted to do them on 16 count or 32 count. So I decided to do 32 count antique white Murano. So I've bought a big hunk of that from Elizabeth at Stitch NZ. Just, it's plenty of fabric. I still haven't decided if I'm going to stitch them as one piece or the 3 separate pieces. I had bought enough. If I was going to stitch them as one piece, I probably could have squeezed them on a fat quarter with a 2-inch border, but I might still want to do them as the 3 separate panels. So I've got enough. I bought a fat half. And I just would prefer to stitch the on 32 count even weave than I would 16 count Aida. So that's what I did. So yeah, I'm just going to swap that out. But did I need this now? No, but I might want to start one day randomly if I decide I don't have enough to do. And then to get free shipping, I bought 3 dinky dies. I'm, you know, slowly kitting up a few projects that have dinky dies and other silks. So I had a look through what she had showing on her site, and these 3 were on there. A couple of them will be for Esther's Waves, which is from Northern Expression Needle Arts, I think. I have the cord for fabric and I want to stitch it with the dinky dies, and I'm just slowly kitting it up because it's one of those expensive projects where it's all silk and a million delicate beads and stuff. So those 2, Iron Bark and Red Dust, nice Australian names. And then one more that she had in her list, and this will be eventually for the Drawn Thread Autumn Garden, Saltbush. So just again, slowly, I have a list of about 30 silks that I need across 3 or 4 different projects. And so just, you know, if I'm making an order, just add 1 or 2. A little bit less painful when you go to stitch it, that it feels like you kitted it up for free. That's all that's new in. Didn't buy any charts this week. What did I stitch on this week? Okay, first up, I just decided on Sunday, what will I stitch on? I grabbed my Fraktur 16, aka Maurice, which has been stitched on 40 count Sahara linen from Country Stitch using partial DMC conversion. Yeah, and I finished him. He's only a wee stitch, but I started him on the 11th of June and I finished him on the 28th of June. I just felt in the mood for a colour completion project, and this is a great one for colour completing. Last time you saw it, I had the bottom done and a little bit of this border here, and I'd done the background, the dark brown, the kind of outline all of Maurice. So then I managed to, you know, start with the fountain, and from there I could sort of colour complete the whole thing. Yeah, I'm really happy with them. So yay, another Fraktur in the bag. I probably won't be starting another one for a little while because I've got these H starts coming up in August and September, and a start this week. So I will just tie-ho on the old Fraktur starts for a little bit, unless I change my mind and I start one, because I can. Then I had a couple of days where I didn't stitch because I got home from work late, went to Kinky Boots, so there was 2, and then on Friday night I did a little bit of stitching after work, but I had a bit of a headache and I just wasn't up for it. So I went to bed early before 9, didn't join the Friday stitchy chat, and then I didn't get to stitch till about 12:30 or 1 because I was tired but not sleepy, which is frustrating. But anyway, I think, yeah, Thursday, Friday, no, not Thursday, I don't know. I did do a bit of stitching on Northern Land. Nope, Southern Land. Southern Land, right? Yeah, Southern Land from our forest. And this is being stitched on, I'm doing Southern Land on 32 count fairy dust and using my own conversion. So this one has some Threadworks and one DMC. So I couldn't find a Threadworks I liked for the orange. About 2/3 done now. So pretty much I stitched that centre bit and these 2 little columns. So that's, yeah, taking me up to about the 2/3. And I'm really enjoying it. My plans for these when I finish them, because they're quite, if I was starting them again, I might have stitched them with 1 strand on a smaller count, higher count, because they're just a little bit, I love the look of it, but it just feels a bit coarse to me. I don't know. It's not as delicate as I would have liked to frame. I have too many things to frame anyway, so I probably will make both of these, Southern Land and Northern Land, when I stitch it, into sort of shopping bags, tote bags. Will they last forever? No. Do they need to last forever? No. So I'd rather kind of, I'll back them with interfacing to hold the stitches down and make them into the fronts of tote bags, just to make shopping more pleasant. Buying groceries or going to the market, buying vegetables. Some things are just nice to be used as a practical thing, and that way you get to enjoy them every day. And yesterday being the 1st of the month, and I picked up my Heather M Jardine 1933 from Hands Across the Sea. So we're doing this as a sale, sort of hosted from New Zealand, but everyone's welcome because this has a New Zealand background to it. And the hashtag is hashtag Heather M Jardine sale. I may or may not put that on the screen if I remember. And I'm changing this heaps. I will be I'm changing some of the colours. I'm stitching the alternate kind of motto, blessing, good wishes, whatever it's called down here in both New Zealand and Te Reo Māori. Changing it to my niece's initials. I'm going to add Lily of the Valley in here to represent her Finnish ancestry. I'm going to change that to a koala. She lives in Australia. I'm going to add something else that I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to change that thing because I don't know what, it's a kind of a munted wreath. I'm going to change that to something. I don't know. But I picked that up. So the way I'm stitching this is just working it on the 1st of the month until I finish it. I got about 25-26%, maybe even 30% done on the first day, 1st of, what are we? June. And so I picked it up yesterday. Oh, this has been stitched on 36 count Riverstone linen from Country Stitch, and again with a partial DMC conversion. Yeah, started 1st of June, and I am at 49 point something percent. So here we go. So I had a good stitch on this last night, and I got, when you last saw this, it had that border done, all of those horizontal lines done, and I had stitched the navy text, so the English, which says courageous woman, successful woman, resolute woman. And then last night I started with the over one, and I got the Te Reo Māori in, which is, I am practicing my Te Reo because it's terrible. He wahine mai nui, he wahine angitu, he wahine manawa nui. So that's that. And then I got all of the alpha in. Oops, got one of my all the alphabets in, and then that little cherry berry. I did change, the colours are slightly different because of course I've changed my blues for more tealy colours, and these 3 letters up here were charted for black, but I changed them to the navy since that was in the navy, and I just didn't really want 3 black letters. There's a little bit of black in this. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. Yay me. So yeah, just under 50% done. So now when I pick it up again in 1st of August, I will get to have a little bit of fun in the middle and start changing the bits that need to be changed and really personalising it. So really pleased to get that done. So I had a giveaway last week, Friends of the Heart from Plum Street Samplers, and I forgot to bring the chart, but imagine it's here. And I asked you to mention the name Friends of the Heart if you're interested in winning it, and let me know why you wanted to win it. Did you want to stitch it for someone, stitch it for yourself? Did it mean anything particular to you? Just to make it, I don't know, not harder to win, but just the more effort you've got to put into an answer, then the less likely it is to go to a troll. But I'm just also interested, right? So there were quite a few of you had some really lovely things to say. I got quite emotional reading a couple of your comments. So it was either if I had 5 or 6 copies to give away, I totally would, because you'll deserve it. Deserve is the wrong word, but you had comments that were worthy of winning, but you know, random comment picker. I did that today, one of the ones that doesn't charge you to put a keyword in, and I got congratulations Mama Lane. Your comments on the screen. It's kind of interesting. It's published. I'm not going to read it out right now. Congratulations. I will comment on your comment, but also flick me a message via email, links in the doobly-doo, or you can DM me on Messenger or something to say, to give me your postal address, and I'll get that off to you. And yeah, appreciate your being open, so thank you very much. No giveaway this week. Just before we get into my WIP parade, I do have just a reminder. I decided last week that I'm going to do a new start. I haven't started it yet. I'm going to do Isabelle Vautier. I think I got her name wrong last week. I meant Isabelle Vautier, and I'm doing Under the Red Blues. It's a really big ass long sampler, and stitching it on 40 count Cody from Country Stitch with the Gentle Arts Claret Huzzah. Really looking forward to that. So I'm going to get that started today probably. Right, that's it for the main part of the video, and now I'm going to switch gears, move this pile out of the way, and pull out a pile of my WIPs and talk through my mid-year WIP parade. See you soon. Okay. Welcome back. It was probably like 3 seconds, right? But I just went and had a drink because I was getting, it's the middle of winter. I'm so hot. Like here I am wearing a, what do you call these with the cutouts? The cold shoulder shirt. And I've got the branch slider open. I'm like, I'm warm. Okay. Right, how am I going to do this? I've got quite a few WIPs, and they're not really in order, they're sort of in an order, but I'm just going to go through them, and I'm going to just talk about each one, where we're at, any particular goal, what I thought the goal would be at the beginning of the year, and where it's currently at halfway through the year. I've got one WIP that was pre-2022, and it's Save the Stitches. This, I don't have a picture of it, this is just one of the pictures. So it's a 24-part sal from back in a long time ago, and from Elizabeth Armand, Blackwork Journey. It's free. You can go get it from her website. You have to download all the parts and stuff, and it uses I'm using the a variation on the Cool Form materials. I'm using the pearl thread and the diamond, DMC Diamond and DMC 310, but I changed the beads and the diamond. I've changed them to do gold I think I'm doing pewter instead of silver. I can't remember. Gold, copper and pewter. Oh, it's written on the card. I started this on the 1st of January with all the best intentions to stitch, a section a month, and it take 2 years to finish it, and I did it. And I have a goal. I had a goal at the beginning of the year. I set a goal to finish this year. I don't think that's going to happen because I just have too many other things, and I don't know. I know Melissa, I said I was going to finish it. Melissa's also stitching this. She's well ahead of me. So I'm going to go for half. And at the moment, I've written down that I'm going to focus on this in August. So I do have a whole lot of starts in August and September, but I tend them to be mostly starts, and I'll talk about what I might do with them. I think I'm going to they might get 5 days in that month. That each of the starts, no, they won't get 5 days. They'll get 2 days for the starts. When I say it's a focus, I want to do at least 5 days. This is where I'm at. So I've got I can't even remember where I'm at. I think I've done 6 parts and stitched ahead, quite a few back. I don't know. It's got heaps to go. And I do love it. And it's on, because I didn't draw a card. I need to draw a card for this one. What's it on? I've already lost that bit of card. It's 32 count antique white Lugana. So, and yeah, I talked about the materials and stuff. And I do love it. So you use the pearl thread to do the background and the DMC 310 to do the black work, and then then you add in the metallics and beads. I love it. So yeah, adjusted goal, focus on this in August and aim to finish in, just aim to get 50% done. We'll see. Next up was a start, my first start in 2023. Nope, I'm going to get the years wrong, 2022. A start and then a restart. So Mystic Moments 1, it's a Hands Across the Sea that was gifted to me by Danny, Cardiff Stitcher, and I'm using 20 count Ada. So I had started on 22 count Serta and I hated it, so I'll do it on 20 count Ada. Call for DMC. I am at 6%. That's how and I just focus a whole lot of background, and I want to get to 10% by the end of the year. Will I get there? Probably not, but we'll give it a crack. And this is so I'd written down at the beginning of the year, I have a spreadsheet, that I would do 2 days a month on this. I haven't. So I was hoping to get to, I wrote down 20% by the end of the year. I'm definitely not getting to 20%. We might still try and get to 10%. I don't know though. It doesn't matter. I need to give it a little bit of love. So probably what I'll do is I'll just give it, I don't know what I'm going to do on it. It's not going to get to 20%. It's going to get, but I do want to stitch on it. So yeah, we'll see. Oh, that was finished. Next up, another one that, all the ones that I've neglected are the big ones, which is ironic really. Probably because I knew I wasn't going to finish them this year. So then Teresa went to the fall, and I so want to just get this stitched, but I haven't stitched on it. 32 count cream linen using called for everything, and this was a early start in my 50 at 50. My goal at the beginning of the year was to finish the border this year, and I had thought I might stitch on this during autumn. I got it out one day, and because I'm using a paper chart, and I just was like, oh, I couldn't be bothered. So I put it away again. Just didn't call for me. But I'm going to try and focus on this in September, and get the border done. And I have hardly any of the border done. There's a bit more than you can see. There is some kind of very tonal work there. So, and I have started some of the back stitching along the bottom. But yeah, I've got heaps to do on that. But I still would like to focus on that in September. And again, focusing on it might mean like 5 days. Next up is one that I'm not sure about. The next up was the Southern Land, but you've already seen that. But I just showed that in my stitching for the week. That's the Forest, and I do intend to finish that this year, and I think I can finish it this year, so that's fine. We're about we started the year at about 20%, and we're about 66% now, so yay. Next up, another neglected huge one, and it's Fairlander 1816 Fairlander sampler, and it's a reproduction by Lisa Harris, and I got it from Redley. It was across 3 magazines. Did I write it down? Sampler at Antique Needlework magazine, summer 2015, and I think 3 parts or 4 parts. So I started this on 45 count limestone linen from Country Stitch using Weekstyle Works quilting cotton. The issue I have an issue with it, and it is that I hate the chart. I wish it was, I can't put it into Pattern Keeper. There's 2 things I don't like about the chart. One, I can't put it into Pattern Keeper, and it's a really massive printout, and it's really little, because it's a really big piece of, and this is where I'm at. Here's my huge piece of fabric, and I have a little start. The other thing that I don't love about it is it's a reproduction, but they've charted it with all of the errors and the, I think where stitches were missing, they've just left the stitches missing. And I'm sort of trying to correct it as I go because it does my head in, and I'm not sure. So before I started this video, I'm like, I'm UFOing this. I'm gonna reuse the fabric. I still want to do a Fairlander sampler, but I want to use Pattern Keeper. So I am thinking about ditching this one, which is essentially a free chart, and having a look at one of the designs that Modern Folk Embroidery just released, which can go into Pattern Keeper, and they're a little bit cleaner, I think, than this. Like when I look at this, I don't know, but then I look at this and I'm like, oh, I really like it, so I'm not sure. I'm on the fence about it. I had put down that I plan to get to 25%, which is a lot. That's like middle, that would be like getting that much done. And I've got like a tiny little bit down here done, and I just don't know. So I'm not sure. I'm either gonna just do it, or I'm gonna, and I'm pretty sure the Fairlander sampler from Modern Folk Embroidery isn't that big, so I could just flip the fabric and start again, and start it on here. So we'll see. I don't know that I'm gonna decide this year, but this one might. So this one's gonna be UFO'd for now. It doesn't mean I'm abandoning it, but I'm just gonna not focus on it. I had written down focus in October, but no, I'm gonna UFO it. This is a live decision-making process, except you're watching it on repeat. Okay, next up, like rather than that, I'd rather focus on this next one. So I might change this to October, because it's, I don't know, is my long dog sampler. I had put down here that I want to get to 50%. So we're talking about getting up to about here. So I think I'd rather focus on this because I'm committed to this and I love it. I have no issues with this one at all, other than I don't have enough time. So Quinto Oculto, the Pointed Fifth by Long Dog Samplers on 36 count Copper Beach by Country Stitch, using Silks for You. I've got PR 043 is the dark grey, PR 181 is the variegated, and then I'm using January 22 Silks of the Month, which is bringing up those. Oh, that's right. I have a really bad habit of when I finish my silk, I when I weave it through the back, when I tie off, I cut it too short, and silk can be a bit slippery and slip through. So when I stitch with cotton, I find you can cut cotton shorter at the back, not run it under so many stitches. But sometimes I get cocky with my silk, or I'm thread chicken and I end up with the thread coming out. I just go back and fix it up. But here's where we are with it. I'll show you what I mean. So I just noticed that under the Moose's mush, one of my ends has come loose, but it's easy to fix it up. I just pull a couple of stitches out and then go back in, restitch them, and just catch the ends in. It's fine. It happens all the time for me because I forget to leave a longer tail. So yeah, I'm really committed to this. Like, I love it and I have no qualms with it, no questions. I just need time. So I think what I'll do is I'll UFO the Fairlander for now, focus on that instead, and then make a decision in the future about whether I'm going to carry on. I think I'm not. I think I'm going to restart it with a different chart, but definitely a pattern keeper chart, because the other thing I find with the Redley charts, the quality's kind of shit. So the quality's sometimes not that great. I don't know whether they've really compressed the images to scan them in. But if it's super compressed, even blowing it up doesn't help, because you're just basically taking a blur and making it more blurry. So I'm just not happy with it. So I think, there you go. I think I've talked myself into, I'm probably gonna, but I'm not gonna start that this year. That's just the future. Okay, this is very, very, next up, we saw this recently, Crowns of the Kingdom. So this is an ongoing sale that I'm stitching with Susie here in New Zealand, Susie Lambert, and I'm using 32 count antique white linen with called for petite treasure braids. I am probably gonna change the middle and put some reference in there to Queen Elizabeth II's reign, like a bit of a, we started this on her Memorial Day here in New Zealand. Not that I'm much of a royalist, but just to recognise the year that I started this. And I haven't stitched on this yet, but I will put a couple of crowns in this month. I probably look at trying to do like 5 or 6 crowns every month as I slowly chip away on it. So that's where we're at with that. So that will go in I have a bag of my monthly projects. So I have, my WIP pile, and I have a bag that I have everything that I stitch on during the month this year because I've got so many monthly sales. Speaking of monthly sales, so yeah, the crowns, no particular goal this year other than just stitching a few crowns every month to keep progress on it. So I don't expect to finish it this year. There are too many crowns and only 6 months left. My next monthly sale that I'm doing this year, and I do intend to finish this, finish the stitching in November, do the finishing in December, stitching the Cherry Parker's New Zealand Flowers cross stitch ball, which is I'm selling with Jude Murphy down in Christchurch. So this again will go in the bag for stitching this month on the call for 25 count Lagana using call for DMC. And I've got all the little squares done. I'm going to quickly show, so I only showed this a couple of weeks ago. I've got all of the hexagons done. And this month we'll get the second octagon done. So yeah, that should be FFO'd this year is my goal. It should be fun to FFO. Next up we've got Modern Folk Embroidery, and there's the other reason I will hold off with the Modern Folk Embroidery is I don't want to have too many from one designer on the go at the same time. But I've got Here Be Dragons from Modern Folk Embroidery, and I'm stitching this on 36 count parchment linen from Fibre on a Whim using Threadworks chosen by my sister, number 1043. And I think I can't remember now, it was about 20%, 25% done with that border. Can't really remember. I do love it. It is definitely more visible in person, like I think you can see like the birds and the motifs and stuff, but it is quite tonal, but I really like it, how vintagey it looks. So goal for that is still to finish this year. Finish that one. Oh, next up, haven't touched this since last year. This was my last start for my 50 at 50. I started on Christmas Day. So Gingerbread Village by Carolyn Manning Designs. And I do want to get this finished this year, partly because I want to start another Carolyn Manning design. I've already got one on the go. I don't want to have too many from one designer on the go. And I want to start one of the Celtic shooting stars next year. So I'm going to focus on this one in July. It's going to get a good chunk of time. And then again in December to finish it if I haven't already finished it. So it is on 28 Count Lugana, Forget Me Not from Country Stitch, using Call for DMC. So yeah, started on Christmas Day, and this is what I got done on Christmas Day. And I haven't done anything since. But so we're quite a few people, I guess not just in New Zealand, but around the globe, do Jolly July or Christmas in July, and I don't usually do a lot of Christmas stitching, but I can do this because it's Gingerbread Village and looks Christmassy. It looks very unlike a New Zealand Christmas, so that's going to get a focus this month. Then we've got Bewitching Pixies. I don't have the picture because I've put the photo somewhere safe. I don't want the chart to get, those photos on the Nora Corbett charts can get munted, and I want to be able to pass it on. So my third Bewitching Pixie by Nora Corbett, GG, and I'm doing this as a loose stitch along with Judith, and I probably will look at finishing her this month. I just need to hopefully get to stitch with Judith this month, but we'll see. I forgot what I was going to say. She's got a lot of work travel, and I'm going away for just over a week, and I don't know, we'll see, but that's where we're at with that. So I'm up to her skin, head, and then beading and stuff, so really happy with that one. It's been fun. We started that on New Year's Eve, and I stayed the night at her place, and we set up and did start on GG, and it's been quite fun this year, but yeah, quite keen to get her finished as well. Another monthly sale that I'm in, I'm stitching this with a few people, but mostly with Judy, an Aussie and a Kiwi world, so the Stitch Goddess by Tiny Modernist, and I've been trying to do about 10% a month. So we did I started her on New Year's Day on 35 count Ocean Blue by Country Stitch, using a partial DMC conversion. I changed a few colours, and I'm going to do her dress now. And what was she, 16, July, August, September, October, I think she's at 60%, and I'm going to leave her hair till last. So all I've got to do is fill in all of her dress and do her hair. There's a few flowers in her hair, and then there's the moon at the top. So she looks a bit like a floaty body at the moment, but yeah, I really love it. So that will get some love this month. Next up, we've got the Steady Thread Botanical Black Work Sale 2023, and that's the shape I'm doing. It's just the border. I'm probably got about 3-4 weeks now, so I'll give it some love this month. I kind of have been stitching on it each month, just catching up. Got all the border done last month, and yeah, just doing the fill-ins now, so that's where we're at with that. This is on 20 count Ada that I dyed myself with a DMC palette inspired by the Stitch Palettes Backyard Blossom, but it's not exactly the same. I love it. So that will be finished this year. Also stitching monthly ornaments. So first of all, we've got my Grandma's Jewelry Box by Carolyn Manning Designs. See, I don't want to have too many Carolyn Manning designs on the go. So 32 count antique white linen by Zweigart, using mostly the called for DMC, but I changed this, but I will change them if I can't be bothered finding the right colour because it's in a project bag. And my own beads and metallics. The beads and metallics are often very different to the called for. The DMC is either as called for or very similar to the called for. So we've got 6 months in, so we've got July's release now, so I need to kit that up and get July done. Carolyn Manning Designs, 10,000 Lakes. I started this year at our Stitchy Day, 21st of January, the Wellington Stitchy group. So the chart signed for me from a gift from Chris, so thank you, Chris. I showed this like a week or two ago. They got to 50%, or over 50%, so again, intend to finish this year. More ornaments, so some free charts that came with the Linen and Threads 2021 mystery sale. Every month there were some charts, and I'm stitching them 2 ornaments every second month, so I'll aim to do 2 this month. On 40 count pearl grey linen from Zweigart, using Silks for You, the variegated Silks for You, and I intend to fully finish these in December as little ornaments. So yeah, I'll do 2 more this month. They don't take that long, but I find just stitching 2 a month, 1 month, and then having a month off is working out really well for me. I intend to, FFO all of them this year. Pile shrinking, only a few more left. Then next up we've got The Long Way Home by Tempting Tangles Designs, and I'm stitching this on 36 count Arctic Glacier by Seraphim Fabrics, using my own silk conversion. And I had a goal of getting to I can't find it on my list. I had a goal to get to 50%, so that would be about here. So maybe get all the words stitched, so it probably would be more like, this, do something up here maybe, I don't know. Approximately 50% are stitched with this one. And here it is, and I do think that mine is pretty. I like it. A lot of the motifs here, these Quakery motifs, are in one thread, or the majority of this design is stitched in the one thread, and that's where I'm using Silks for You PR0, can't remember, doesn't matter, but where was I going with that? I like how my colours, I find the cover model is just a little bit more dull, probably because the red that I've pulled is a bit more red, but I really like how mine is turning out. I think it's quite representative of this. It's just like a little bit fresher. My blue down the bottom, mine's much more of a teal than that, and I really like it. So I haven't stitched on this for a while, and I'm like, I want to stitch, like most of these, I want to stitch on, the exception being that one that I think I'm going to UFO. And it's only because I hate the chart. I don't like the chart. And it's a big project. Okay, getting near the end now. We've got The Colours of Autumn, De Farben des Herbstes from Dorothy Kanzi, or from Historic Stickmuster. So this is, I bought off the Silk app. I don't like the Silk app. It's not as feature rich as Pattern Keeper. So I'm actually I'm printing the chart. I'm just printing the row at a time that I'm working on. So I've completed the bottom row, and I'm really enjoying it. I aim to finish this year, so I really probably need to get a wriggle on. I am stitching this on 35 count white Zweigart linen, using a variation of the call for a very Soie d'Argent. I've changed 2 colours to make it look more like these colours, because they didn't look like these colours. This colour and this colour, the brown, dark, on this mock-up, the dark chocolatey brown and that mandarin orange those were not what the silks look like. So I went to the wall of silk and I bought different ones to make it look more like that. So, but pretty much that row, I started this at the Dunedin retreat this year, and then I stitched a little bit more that week when I got home to finish off the row. So that was only 1 week's, you know, what, 4 days stitching. So I know that I can finish this. I probably don't have enough of the white though, so I'll probably have to buy another white silk. Oh, and last but not least, is that correct? Obviously the Heather M Jardine, that's another WIP, but you know, you saw that just before. Again, intend to finish that this year. I've only stitched on it 2 days this year, you know, two days, and I've halfway, so it'll be no problem to finish that. Last but not least, this is way out of order because this was start number 44 of my 50 at 50, is the Moroccan sampler from Cliffside Stitches. And I, those of you know me long enough, love Morocco. I've been to Morocco and love it. So I do enjoy doing the colours of Morocco. So this is from Cliffside Stitches on Etsy, 36 count persimmon by Fibre on a Whim. And I always get questions about this fabric. So persimmon, 36 count for linen, Fibre on a Whim. I'm doing my own DMC conversion to make the colours a little bit more light. So this colour is the perfect colour for like the sandstone buildings in Morocco, like in Marrakesh, and the colours are Sahara sand, and yeah, the colours I just changed them a little bit to make them a little bit more like the colours you see in the pottery and stuff. I had forgotten this is in a small pouch and it had slipped down the back or something, so I haven't been picking it up. I want to finish it this year, and I do have quite a bit to do. I'm only about, how much would I be? Let's have a look. I've probably 20, 40, I'm about 25% done. But I have only stitched on this a couple of times, like, you know, a day here and a day there. So again, if I focus on it, I could finish it. So I would like to finish it this year. We shall see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's my WIP parade. In 2020, so when I started this year, 2023, I had 20 WIPs. One of them was pre-2022, so that was Save the Stitches. 19 of those WIPs were from 2022, including GG, which I started on New Year's Eve, so a real late start. So yeah, New Year's Day, I had 20 WIPs. Then this year, so far, I have started 18 projects, and I have finished 20 projects. And that's not including 12 start and finished ornaments that I've stitched. Those ornaments are kind of just ancillary projects. I haven't counted them. So that should leave me, ignoring the ornaments, because they're kind of little starts and finishes, but I aim to do 12 each, right? I should have had 18 WIPs in that pile. Who knows if they actually added up. So currently I have less WIPs than I started the year with. And I do have a few big projects there though that are neglected. So yeah, we'll see if we can focus on some of them. And again, those focuses are going to be try and give Save the Stitches some love, Mystic Moments a bit of love, Carousel Horse, I definitely want to give that some love. I've got 4 to stitch. I need to stitch it. And everything else, and Quinto Okuto, everything else is kind of doable, good the way I stitch. But I do have 8 new samplers being started in August and September, and I have 1 sampler being started probably today. So that's going to add 9. And 1 potential UFO, probably UFO. That's a long video. For someone who doesn't like long videos, I seem to be making long videos. Thanks for coming along and watching. I appreciate you. I appreciate in advance your comments. It's 12:12. I'm going to go and have some avocado and tomato on toast or on ciabatta, and then I'm going to get this video edited and get it up. So yeah, as always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.